this is what you need to know about starting out. So this concerns any startup project. It can be a new offer, a new business venture, a new marketing campaign, your product, and specifically the people that I serve personally, which are experts or into monetizing their own expertise, and coaches, consultants, right? So when you're starting out, when you start a new thing from pretty much scratch, a thing that you have little to no experience doing in the past, I need you to understand something, right? And that is totally expected and totally natural, which is, the level of your skills that you have when you're starting out and you think about that specific thing. All right, let's be clear with this one. The level of your skills is going to be much lower than the level of your ambition, right? So your skills are going to be way down than the ambition that you have for that thing that you just started, right? So this is something highly important for you to understand, because it's going to be setting the tone for the rest of your tasks, for the rest of the things that you will do in your business, right? Or with this new venture, right? So what this means to you, basically, it means that whatever you're going to be producing, if you're going to create content, it's not going to look good to you. If you're going to create a new offer, it's not going to do well. The same thing for marketing strategy is not going to provide the results that you want. If you're going to be promoting a new product, it's not going to sell well. That is totally fine, because the level of skills, again, that you have is going to be lower than the level of your ambition, right? And in order for you to be able to reach the level of your ambition, there is a gap that you need to fill out. I'm gonna tell you 2 ways on how you can fill that gap. But I'm gonna start with the wrong way to do it, right? But before that, I wanna stress over the fact that this is something natural. This is something to be expected. And you shouldn't really be emotionally attached to the outcome of your first ever actions, right? This is very, very important, because if you're emotionally attached to the outcome, you're going to be having a hard time keeping up with things. And you're gonna have 2 options. Either you keep taking action, right, and understand that this is natural, or you're going to give up, which a lot of people do. So those who do not give up, they're gonna try to fill that gap with theory and planning. All right? So they're going to be taking a step back, saying, hey, this does not look good. I don't like how this sounds, or I don't like how this looks. Let me spend more time making this perfect and then launching the whole thing. And this is the worst thing that you can do, right? Trying to reach perfection and planning too much for your first ever set of actions is the worst thing that you can do to your startup project. Why? Because, as I said, the level of the skills that you have is here, right? It's low, and you're going to try to make things perfect with this level of skills. Guess what? You will never be satisfied, and you will be stuck in that loop of trying to please yourself. I'm not sure if it's an ego thing or it's just, personal standards. But when it comes to this thing, you have to understand that the best thing that you can do for your business, for your startup project, for your offer, for your coaching program is just to start, regardless of how it looks, right? This is the best thing that I actually personally try to influence my clients to actually do, and show them on how I personally do it. And they really understand that things do not need to be perfect, right? So this is basically the worst thing that you can do. And this is what the majority of people, when they feel like it's not up to the standard that they have for their business or for themselves, they lower the pace, they start trying to perfect things and start too much planning. And at the end of the day, they find themselves months in without taking any progress. right? So how can you actually fill that gap between the level of your skills and the level of your ambition? How can you make things look good even though you are a beginner? I'm gonna give you two ways. The first one is something that is slower strategy, all right? But it doesn't really involve any risks, all right? The second one is a very fast one, but it includes some risk, right? Depending on the risk, like how big the risk is, it all depends on how you view things, all right? But I'm gonna reveal them to you both. So the first one is basically the natural thing to do, which is continue with relentless action taken. So if you're creating content and it looks bad, what you should be doing is just like continue creating content, right? If you're marketing your product, the natural thing to do is just continue revamping your offer, try a new perspective, but continue marketing your product, right? Make it the core of whatever you do, right? Do never stop. So this might take you some time, but you will eventually learn the skills that are required for you to have initial good results that make you happy. That is the natural way of progression with any kind of startup project, all right? So with this strategy, you're investing your time, and when you invest your time into learning a skill, it always pays back, right? So the second one, which is a faster one but includes more risk, is hiring the right people, right? And this is what I do for my clients. It's not a seamless plug, it's just a way or how you can do it, all right? But I don't mind plugging my services in here. So basically what this means, it means that you're gonna save lots of time, months or years, by hiring the people who have already done what you're trying to do, who have experience, and they can fill that gap between your skills and the ambition. They can make things really look very good, up to the standards that you have for yourself, and you still have that level of skills. You're going to grow your skills, but you're not really focusing on growing those specific skills right now. I'm sure that when you need a plumber in your house, you're going to be calling a plumber, not learning plumbing, all right? When you need to do some home renovations that include a little bit more advanced work, you're going to be hiring renovators. You're not going to be doing that thing yourself or learning how to do it yourself. Probably by hiring those people, you're going to be learning some basics on how to hire and how to do things, but you're not actually learning that skill. But when you pay someone, they're going to be doing it way better and way faster. That's why you should be doing the same thing for your business. Your business is no different. It requires the same level of attention, right? So when you hire someone, they're going to be shrinking that period that is going to be taking you to get your level of skill to up to the level of your ambitions or your taste, right? So now the risk that is involved in here is you might be ending up hiring the wrong people, right? This is not a 50-50 situation, but I would say it's like a 20-80, where 20% people are not really skilled, or they're just not great talent, right, to be working with. But 80% of the time, you're going to be doing just fine hiring the right people for you to help you with your startup project, right? So you might be looking, when you hire someone, you might be looking for past projects, case studies, testimonials, and clearly the kind of messaging that they use. You can tell someone if someone is the right person for you by the messaging, right? The wording that you use, whether they understand the problem that you're in right now as much as you do, or better than yourself, all right? So that's basically what you need to be understanding about starting out, right? So it is important to understand that the natural thing that is going to happen is that you're going to realize that whatever you do is not going to be up to the standards that you are wishing to have or what you were expecting. This is natural. So as I said, you got two options Either you spend time learning that skill yourself and just like keep taking relentless action, or to hire the right people to actually fill that gap for you. But never, never, never try to make things perfect and indulge yourself in too much planning, because you're basically setting yourself for a very bad habit to learn, right? That is the habit of making things perfect, right? I come across many people actually do this, and they keep themselves stuck in that loop of trying to make things perfect, and they're never satisfied, all right? And when they finally launch, it's a disaster, because they spent so much time making things perfect, and then they don't have the results that they were wishing for. So I want you to avoid that mistake, all right? So that's it for today's video. Have you guys found this helpful? Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.